And we're back with another episode of the Lakers Fast Break podcast. It's Gerald Glassford coming right back at you here from Lakers Fast Break, Pop Culture Cosmos, where we cover the latest news and trends in pop culture each and every week, twice a week, wherever you get your podcasts. Just want to mention for this week's PC Multiverse that I dropped already, you can listen to and also watch. It's our review between John Orlando and I, the review of WrestleMania 41. So if you want to hear our thoughts on WrestleMania 41, that was just here in Vegas. In fact, I got it right above me. It's on that side right there. It's Cody Rhodes and John Cena. Here are our thoughts on that match, plus all the others at WrestleMania 41. Right there for you on the latest Pop Culture Cosmos, right there on YouTube and also wherever you get your podcasts. Also, as well, of course, if you got a chance to check out the game with us, it was on playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. Hopefully, there was some stuff there that you liked. Unfortunately, not much that we liked about it, but hey, it is what it is. For the Lakerholics crew may be on tomorrow at 1 p.m. Hopefully they will. They're going to be in a nasty mood, that's for sure, but they told me they were going to be here tomorrow. So go ahead and check out what they're doing in advance and hear all the bad, talk that they're going to be talking as far as with each other, mad, angry, what needs to be changed. Go ahead and check it out, Lakerholics.com, and also tomorrow right here on the Lakers Fast Break channel as well. Joe Soro is not going to be here today from what I was told. Go ahead and check him out on the Joe Soro Experiment channel. Also as well, go ahead and check him out his game, on Steam. Of course, that is Corrupt, Coreupt, and of course his company Simblades with Y.com. Also, don't forget Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, Empire Jeff TV, all the great people, all the great places, all the great things. Legend 350 from I Got Next Sports Media, he's here in the chat. So go ahead, stop on by these great channels, support these great people, and don't forget to go ahead and like and subscribe. Like and subscribe today to go ahead and get the latest notifications on when we go live on the air with the latest Lakers Fast Break podcast. No, I think the guys are on the way. I sent them the email, I believe, so they'll be here shortly. So it will not be a solo to my knowledge because the guys said they're going to be on the way. I know also as well, of course, John Costa, Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner. He, I think, has just takes a little bit of time just getting over here because remember, he has his own channel now, Lakers Corner, on playback as well. So the Lakers came in today wanting to make a statement in Game 3, but it all started off on the bad foot as it was reported. Luka Doncic suffering from the stomach flu. And as you can see, and even our haters out there got to admit that Luka was not playing at 100%. You can see him doubling over at times, even didn't start the second half. Had to come out a little bit late for the second half. Tried to get it out as best he could. But the Lakers came out today, made a statement as far as getting back to the game at the end of the first half. Kept it close, but in the fourth quarter, the collapse that we saw just couldn't get the job done. Turnovers, poor decision-making down the stretch. JJ not having some people in there maybe he shouldn't have during the course of the game. Too much Vando at times because he made some mistakes. Costly turnovers as they got out-turnovered. They had 16 turnovers for the Lakers, only 8 for Timberwolves. I think that's probably one of the key stats that you could take from the game. Also as well, the fact that they just could not stop the outstanding trio that they had today of Julius Randle getting 22, Anthony Edwards 29, closing it out strong for them. And Jaden McDaniels, who seems to be a feast or famine guy for the Minnesota Timberwolves, did have a feast today with 30. And the Minnesota Timberwolves take Game 3 over the Lakers, 116-104. Hopefully, again, we're going to get the guys back in here, but looking forward to hearing your thoughts out there. Remember, everyone, first off on the Lakers side, it only takes one game to split in Minnesota to shift this back around with the Lakers with the home court advantage. So that's what I'm expecting with the Lakers to do in Game 4. I'm hoping Luka will feel better because it was clear he was hampered by the stomach bug or whatever it is that was troubling him today. So hopefully we can get him back going. LeBron James did score 38, but made some crucial turnovers late. And then, of course, Austin Reeves really at times just did not was not able to pick it up when we needed as well. He was 20 points, but struggled in the second half. Jackson Hayes didn't give us anything again. Rui Hashimura, I will give him credit for playing pretty solid defense for most of the game, but unfortunately only gave us 8 points. DFS only 8. The bench, once again, was a non-factor for us. Jared Vanderbilt was not really effective out there. Gabe Vincent, 5 points, and Jordan Goodwin, 3. And again, the Lakers lose 116 to 104. They fall behind 2-1 as far as in the series. So that's not good for right now. But got to do is go ahead and get one game in Minnesota. John, I'm going to get you just right here. There you go. There you go. Going to put you online now. It is, of course, John Costa, Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner. John, great to have you here, my friend. Everybody's worried that I was going to do a solo show tonight. No, you guys are just coming on the way. Lakers down the stretch, didn't get it done. Turnovers, mistakes, bad shots. They should have gone to take the ball inside a lot more, especially when they were in the bonus. Didn't take advantage of it as much as they should have. I think they should have gotten a little bit more guidance from JJ again. He was very quiet in that last quarter. I did not like what I saw there as well. But again, Luka with the stomach bug, but you got to hand it to it. Down the stretch, Anthony Edwards played like the Anthony Edwards that Joe Soro feared that he might actually step up to. And Minnesota takes game 3, John.
Man, oh man. Shout out my boy CJ Calvin in the building. He was over there with us at the Lakers Corner playback. We were watching the game and we were just talking about how the Lakers blew. No, we blew. We blew a good LeBron James game. We wasted that. We were terrible on the offensive end. Like 20 turnovers is insane as a team. Just allowed the Timberwolves, especially in that fourth quarter, I mean, really all the second half, to just get whatever they wanted. Still, we weren't running teams off the 3-point line. It's upsetting to see Luka Doncic sick, stomach bug, upset stomach, whatever that is. But I'm gonna be honest, we don't really got the time for that right now. Like we don't got time for that right now, Luka. Like I hear you, brother. I've had upset stomachs, I've had stomach bugs, but brother, I'm gonna need you to take an IV and get back in this game because we just wasted a LeBron James like golden game, right? Not only because of our turnovers, but also because Luka not being there, a lot of other guys not stepping up. Immediately, first thing I'm seeing here in the chat is this Lakers doomer guy. So so after game 1, Gerald, I told everyone, look, guys, McDaniels is not going to continue to be able to shoot 3 from the 3-point line. Game 2, what did he do? He went 0 of 4 from the 3-point line, I believe. And then now this game, everybody's trying to come back and say, oh no, John, look, McDaniels actually, played well. 30 points, give it to him. But I told you guys he would not go 3 of 3 from the 3-point line for a perfect 50% for a perfect 100% from the 3-point line. In this game, he went 1 of 5 from the 3-point line. So I still am standing on that original take.
But he scored 30 points, John. He did. Yes, feast or famine. You got the feast today. Did you say you bet $1,000?
I did not say I bet $1,000. What I said is that he would not go a perfect 100% from the 3-point line in a game, and he didn't. I mean, he's not a 3-point shooter. It's not what he specializes in. 0 of 4 from game 2 and 1 of 5 from this game. But hey, more power to him, more credit to him. Hey, he put up 30 tonight. Big time game. But hey, man, I'm tell you this, as a Lakers fan, if we got McDaniels beating us, I feel even better about the series. I'm going to be honest with you.
Like, the Lakers had this game, despite all the turnovers, despite all the mistakes, and despite Luka not feeling well. The Lakers had this tied in the fourth quarter. They looked like the better team for most part. Again, they didn't get it done. They didn't close it out. I think this bodes well for game 4 for the Lakers because, again, they only have to win one game in Minnesota to regain the home court advantage. So people have to understand that. You guys are celebrating now if you're Lakers doomer or Minnesota fans, which is great. All right, that's you guys got the win. They closed out strong. You got to give those guys kudos. But the thing is, all that gets wiped away if the Lakers come out, make a statement in Game 4, and take Game 4 right there and swing the home court back in their favor, John.
Riddell, bro, what I'm talking about is exactly what I said. What I said is McDaniels will not have a game where he shoots absolutely perfect from the three-point line again. And you guys were telling me, no, he will because he's open. He will because he's open. Game 2, he was open, didn't hit. This game, he was open, 1 of 5 from the three-point line. So I am, again, still standing on the original take and the original prediction that I am totally fine with McDaniels getting up these shots, and I guarantee he will not go in another 3 of 3 from the three-point line. And lo and behold, I was right. No, Lakers Doomer, I did say that. I absolutely did say that.
It's online. It's on the internet.
Yeah, it's online. Go ahead. Go look at that last stream.
Go take a sample of it, make it into a YouTube short, and there you go. All right, you can save it for posterity. There you go. I mean, we still. Well, what if it was go back to as far as the individuals who owe us money or owe Sean $100 like Intel Wild does, or what is it? I speak the truth. I speak of the no money with that. I owe John $100 still on that. So guys, goes back and forth. It goes back and forth, but it's all out there on the internet. Okay. It's all out there. I haven't taken the show down or anything like that. As far as the post-game show, John said what he said. It's on 3 different channels. So unfortunately,
multiple places for you guys to check that out. So
don't change his words around just because it suits your fancy. The Lakers lost it. Lakers lost it tonight. They didn't get it down the stretch. Again, Luka, whether he's sick or not, he was out there. So he has to perform. We've seen other players, Jordan, John's favorite guy. He, what is his quintessential game? It was the stomach flu game when he got the bad food from the room service and he took it out on Utah. You know what? That's what I was hoping for Luka, and unfortunately, that wasn't the case today. LeBron, you got a vintage LeBron game at times when he hit those crazy threes, 3 in a row, but then he dropped the ball right out of his hands and just blip, 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 right out of his hands. And right after that, and that sapped all the momentum away right there. The Lakers' mistakes, they have no one to blame but themselves for their mistakes tonight. Down the stretch, the momentum was already the train was already going, and you know what? That's all they needed as far as Edwards to feed into that, because Edwards was being guarded well most of the night when they didn't try to double him, and when they the mistakes started happening in the fourth quarter, John, and it started to fall apart. And once it does, you've seen it. Once that momentum shifts, it all goes downhill, mistakes left and right, and that's all she wrote.
And that's exactly all she wrote. And no ego. I'm the one that got asked about this. Y'all in the chat bringing this up to me. All I'm doing is letting y'all know what I said. But okay, sure, we can move on. About the game though, guys. Look, we didn't get
They didn't get it done. They didn't get it done.
We didn't get it done. Look,
Minnesota gets the credit for it. They got it done in the clutch, and we didn't, John.
Absolutely. Look, the score was, I don't want to butcher this. So the score was okay, so it was 104-104 at about 4 minutes left. And then they ended up going on a 13-1 run. Like, the definition of crunch time is within 5 minutes or less. That was crunch time. Game is tied, 104-104, 4 minutes left. They go on a 13-1 run. And partially because of our lack of turnovers, the defense was another horrendous game on the defensive end. It's funny, Gerald, because I was on my playback stream and I was kind of drawing some comparisons. I was like, all right, cool. So the game 1 we lost because I think of second chance points and points in the paint and turnovers. This game, second chance points in the paint, and turnovers, man. I hope JJ Redick rips these guys a new one in the locker room. All that cussing, all that, what the fuck is going on? Come here. Okay, well, I better hear some of that in the locker room, JJ, because these guys need
Legend 350, as you know, is a Golden State supporter, but he goes through the same thing because you have Jimmy Butler, a great playoff performer. You have one of the greatest shooters of all time in Stephen Curry. But what each and every year, if Golden State makes mistakes or if they don't get as far as they think they do, what is the first thing that people look at, or at least Steve Kerr looks at, is the turnovers. It's just, it's so crazy how you have Luka, LeBron, Curry, you have these great players, and their usage rate is always so high, but their turnovers always, when it just seems to irk the most, it seems to get you the most, it seems to come back on you. And the turnovers were killer tonight, 16-8 as far as the turnovers. And on that, let me go ahead and bring it right back to how many points off the turnovers there was. Off the turnovers, Minnesota got 28 points to 13. That's a 15-point swing. That's the game right there, John. That is the game right there. That's the game right there.
How many points did they have? They had 38 points?
No, 28. 28 to 13 on points on turnovers. That's the game. That's the difference right there. 15 points.
Wow.
In a nutshell.
That's literally, that's crazy actually that you said that, Gerald, because I'm
28 to 13.
I'm that's so crazy that I'm writing that down to talk about that on my 3-minute game recap, because that's literally the difference between losing and winning in this game. Like, you want to go ahead and, you know, I feel like a lot of games people try to point here and point there and point there as the reason why. That's the fucking reason why, Gerald. Oh my goodness. Oh,
it's so funny because we're also talking about Vando, because Vando was terrible today. Again,
as per usual.
Yeah, as per usual. He's like rut the ball right underneath his basket. He gets the rebound and he just starts looking around. All of a sudden, he gets the ball taken away from him and it goes for a layup. That's 2 crucial points right there. I'll just say this. I know Xbox was it's in our WhatsApp chat, and we were making this point that, okay, when you're talking about Rob Pelinka, you know, yes, Luka trade, absolutely fantastic. But the mistakes that he's made have cost his team in certain other areas. One of those is giving Vando a 4-year extension. Yet you trade away guys like Caruso, who you saw dominate yesterday, was the biggest reason why they came back to that 29-point deficit in Oklahoma City. And then you see Zubac, also a big reason why the Clippers are up 2-1 in Denver. These are major contributors to other teams that you could have kept had you wanted to and decided not to. So, again, Rob giveth and Rob taketh away. Vando giveth and Vando taketh away as well. But again, I just, the Empire Jeffs, the Jamie Sweets, the No Jokers. No Joker said, you know what? I can't support him anymore. He was on that count. He was on that hill with the Vando Hill, and he got off it like a smart man, because it's just so hard. You need better bench support than what the Lakers are getting right now. And if you're only playing Jackson Hayes 9 minutes, John, you need guys coming off the bench. You need a better production with DFS, Gabe, Vando, and Goodwin. You just need something more, and they're not giving it to them as well, John.
Gerald, well, first, 2 things. First of all, I don't know if it's my mic, but you're kind of cutting in and out. So I just wanted to let you know.
Am I? Okay. Sorry about that.
Okay. Yep. See, Brian said the same thing. Okay, cool. Okay. So then, second thing I want to say, it's funny because, okay, first of all, Tom Tibbs, I'm sorry, brother. If you're watching this with your son, I do not mean to be cussing. I am the same way when my daughter's around. I don't like to be cussing when my daughter's around. So absolutely apologize for that, brother. Well, didn't know your son was around. No, I apologize, though. I know how that goes as a parent. But next thing I want to say, though, is, Gerald, you're talking about Vando sucking, right? Which I agree. Some people here are in the chat, right, saying, I think, Riddell and Lakers Doomer are saying that us blaming Vando, they're saying that we're blaming Vando for the loss, and we're not putting,
no,
and we're not
that's just
exactly.
That's
It's just a
one
fact.
part of it.
It's just a
It's just
right.
one part.
It's just a part of, and that's the part that pissed me off, Gerald. It's like the first thing I said when I got on here is like, man, Luka Doncic is being sick, but like, shit, we don't got time for that right now. Like, I don't know how else you guys want me to hold this man accountable. I don't know how else you want Gerald to hold this guy accountable. Like, we all said it was a Luka Doncic stinker. We all put it out there, and we're just adding on top of that, hey, Vando also had a bad game. It's a fact. That does not mean we're taking the blame away from Luka Doncic. No Joker. Shout out, no Joker. Like that doesn't mean we're taking the blame away from Luka Doncic, and that's the thing that. And I was talking about this.
He had a terrible game, whether it was because that strictly because of the stomach illness or whatnot. He had a terrible offensive game. Defensively, he was actually not too bad. He contested. They tried to go at him. There actually Edwards made a really, really tough shot on him. You can't fault him for that, but you can fault him for not getting it done on the offensive end. Even if he wasn't playing well, John, you know what? You're out there. You got to contribute, and he didn't contribute at the level needed enough to win this game. But yes, there was certain factors into it. You've got to, when you're out there and you're not feeling 100%, it is really hard for you at this level in the playoffs to compete at that high level. But Rodell, what is your answer as far as an alternative if you don't want Luka out there? Give us a player that is going to compete and be able to produce at a level anywhere near what a Luka will, even a Luka at 50% with the stomach flu. You can't. That's the problem. You don't have other answers. All you want to say is that we're blaming Vando and not Luka. That's not the truth. The fact is, you don't have better alternatives. This team is not a deep team, so it does not have alternatives. So Luka does have to be out there, whether he is 100% or not, John.
Exactly. And it's just funny to me, Gerald, how like people will literally hold Luke accountable. Like we'll say what we got to say, and then we'll mention something else that happened. And then now people with their selective listening, it's like, oh, okay. But so now it's all Vando's fault or it's all this player's fault. It's like, nah, guys, like we came out here and we said, hey, whether Luka Doncic was out last night clubbing and got alcohol poisoning or he just really got a stomach bug, it was a bad game. And we can't afford it. Like we can't afford that kind of play this late in the season, at this point in the postseason, man. Said it time and time again. I think it was the turnovers. I think it was us getting killed in the paint, and it was Luka Doncic not showing up. I don't know what else you guys want. I don't know what else you guys want me to do to hold Luka Doncic accountable. But I mean, yeah. And
the
hey,
Lakers, like you said, 4 minutes left. With Luka not feeling well, not at 100%, with all the turnovers, the Lakers still had very much a chance to control the game and win, and they didn't get it done. They absolutely didn't get it done. I would have liked to have seen, instead of chucking up threes late in the game, take it to the line, take it to the hole, get the foul. They were already in the bonus well in advance. They could have had many options to do that. And then also JJ has got to have a better sense of when to call plays and when to call timeouts. I just don't think he has the full grasp on exactly how to go best coach this team in the crunch time in the playoffs. But he's learning that. So hopefully he can go ahead and provide better coaching for them going forward. And to all those that are already doubting the Lakers, JY says Luka's preparing for first round exit. If you come back here on Sunday and the Lakers win and totally switch the series on its end, where now the Lakers have the home court advantage throughout the rest of the series. If they win, I hope you come back on the chat and say, you know what? I was wrong. I was absolutely wrong. Luka's not preparing for a first-round exit. They're just getting started. As for No Joker, thank you for the super chat. There was some really bad calls by the refs today. At times, it looked like it was 8-on-5, especially that last reviewed call, foul on Rui. There was a foul on Rui. If you looked closely, you would have seen Nasri pushing him in the back, and Edwards got him with the left hand while he was blocking with the right. Okay, it was an easy call to make, but we knew it was going to go the way of Minnesota because, again, they're in Minnesota, so they didn't want to upset the fan base and do whatnot. It just, again, we didn't get the calls down the stretch. Edward made the shots that he needed to make. Joe had talked it before the series. What is Edwards going to be able to step up? And he did. The X factor, John, goes back to McDaniels. The 2 games they win, he's gone crazy. The 1 game they lost, he's been a non-factor.
And I feel like that's what playoffs usually comes down to, right? Is like the players who you didn't expect, because like, and this is something I had mentioned in the playback here at the Lakers corner, that it's like in the in the playoffs, like the scout team of both sides, they're so damn good and so damn elite. Like they know the plays that are coming. They know the players that the team is ran kind of around. But what ends up creeping up and getting people is the X factors that they weren't expecting for. For example, the Jaden McDaniels that everyone has probably, honestly, I'll be honest with you guys, y'all that are out there talking about Jaden McDaniels, y'all probably just found out about Jaden McDaniels. I've been knowing about this guy for a minute, and I'm telling you guys, he is not a scorer. Okay, yes, he put up 25 game 1 on a bro had a lightning in a bottle game, went perfect from the 3-point line and missed 2 shots from the field. Game 2 came down to earth, played like how he plays, 12 points per game type guy. Game 3 ends up having a big game. But man, I will die on the ledge of telling you guys that McDaniels is not a scorer. If you want to make him the scorer of the series, hey, as a Lakers fan, I love it. Because if he's the scorer on your team, if he's the guy trying to put pressure on the other team on the offensive end, I love it. I'll take that, especially when you got a team full of Nas Reeds, Anthony Edwards, Dante DiVincenzo's, players who are a lot more gifted on the offensive end. So again, guys, I will tell you, Jaden McDaniels is not a shooter. That's why game 2, he went 0-4 from the 3-point line. That's why in this game, he went 1-5 from the 3-point line. He caught lightning in a bottle in game 1, guys.
Yeah, but what do you say for game 3, though?
Man, I say more power to him, and I think that he can be a scorer. But if he's the guy that's gonna be the scorer in the series, we're in a good position. Because I mean, with basketball, like especially basketball at this point, these players are so damn good, Gerald, that you gotta pick and choose your poison, right? It's a lot of times, if you've seen in really all 3 games so far, actually, McDaniels and Julius Randle have been left open for the threes. Like the Lakers have kind of, just said, all right, those guys are going to be left open just because of, process of elimination. We're going to cut off this valve, cut off this valve, cut off this valve, and we're going to have to live with that. And if he makes us pay on it, more power to him. But what I'm saying is, as a Lakers fan, as far as game plan wise, if he's the one making us pay, I feel a lot better about our chances than if like Anthony Edwards is the one making us pay, than if like Nas Reed is the one making us pay.
But the thing is, McDaniels is making the Lakers pay. But the thing is, if you're going to let him score and score a lot, you have to hold down or have to slow down Edwards to a game in the low 20s. And you have to make sure Randall doesn't go off for 22 alongside of it. But the problem is, they didn't do that. And that's the thing. They got, like you said, if you're asking to what hill are you going to die on, and you're going to go to McDaniels Hill as your hill you're going to die on, you have to go ahead and make sure that you slow those other guys down. And for a good part of the game, Edwards was not as big a factor as what he should have been for Minnesota. But you know what? Down the stretch, the Lakers started to let go of the string. And like you said, 4 minutes left. They didn't get it done. When you get outscored, what did you say? 13-1, I believe. Was it
13-1 in the last 4 minutes?
13-1. Obviously, you've done something wrong as far as on the Lakers end, and they just their poor choice as far as their sets, poor execution on offense, and then at defense, they let Edwards go crazy and take over the game.
Look, guys, I don't know when I ever said that Gabe or whoever Gabe, Vando, and Dorian Finney-Smith are a better scorer than McDaniels. No, I didn't say that. Again, I will say it again because all you guys take what we say and you guys like twist it to meet your like deep dark fantasy that or deep dark take that you think you swear you're right about. McDaniels is not a shooter. And again, if we have to pick between letting McDaniels and be a scorer or Anthony Edwards be a scorer, I'm choosing McDaniels 10 times out of 10. And if you're choosing Anthony Edwards to be a scorer and then you're probably a Timberwolves fan. But if you're a Lakers fan, you want to cut off all the valves and choose the one that's going to kill you. I'm choosing McDaniels every single time, and I will continue to. So if McDaniels puts up 30 every single game, then wow, they have earned this fucking victory. But I'm telling you guys, he won't. He won't. Just like I told you guys after game 1, he won't continuously put up 30. He won't. And again, if that's what he's doing, we are in a great position, Lakers family, because you know what Anthony Edwards is doing? He's not putting them up. And if Anthony Edwards is putting them up, that's when shit gets real dangerous because he becomes a score. I'm sorry for cussing for the guy still watching with his son.
Too late.
And because if Anthony Edwards is getting to the cup, Anthony Edwards is getting to the hoop, y'all got to understand the type of gravity that man demands when he gets it going like that. So again, guys, I'm not saying McDaniels is. I'm not saying Gabe is a better scorer than him. I didn't say nothing about the Lakers. I'm just saying if we got to choose between McDaniels trying to kill us and Anthony Edwards trying to kill us, as a Lakers fan, choosing McDaniels every single day of the week.
But the problem is, John, as Lakers in 5 is trying to say too, when you're giving up 29 to Edwards alongside the 30 of McDaniels, you're not stopping either. And Edwards, a lot of that 29 was down the stretch when he took over. And the problem is the Lakers have Luka. Yes, stomach bug and all, he is out there. LeBron, he is out there. Austin, that second half, he started to become more and more invisible. These guys got to produce down the stretch for the Lakers. I have every confidence that they'll come back in game 4 because, again, it looked like for most of the game that the Lakers were the better team despite what Minnesota was doing because the Lakers were always able to come back relatively easily against this team. But Luka and LeBron have to go ahead and continue to try to take over, and they've got to make sure that they slow down at least one of those options on the Minnesota side. They cannot give up 60 points in a game like this where defense is more of a key in the playoffs. They cannot give up 60 points to Edwards and someone else. Can't be Randall, can't be McDaniels. They got to go ahead and slow down. If you're going to go ahead and give Edwards 45, you got to go ahead and slow down everyone else. It just, when you're giving up 30 points a piece to two different guys, it is really hard in the playoffs to go ahead and get that win.
Joe said to calm down in the chat. Joe, I'm just trying to embrace my inner you, brother. I'm just trying to. Everyone in the chat is asking for you, brother. I'm just trying to give them the best impression of Joe Soro.
Well, they're all and they're calling out John like he is Joe Soro at the beginning of the show. So,
no, that's hilarious. Abraham, I know this is not 2K, brother, which is why I'm telling you that you have to pick and choose your poison because in 2K you could just completely cut off an option. In real life, you can't. You have to pick and choose. So I understand this is not 2K. And CJ, thank you. CJ gets it. All I'm saying is we have to make a decision here. That's all I'm saying. Not saying that the Lakers are cutting off Edwards's, but I'm just saying here between those two, who we have to decide to make a score, I'd like to make McDaniels a score. If you guys don't get that, then don't really know what else to say. I guess I'll see you guys in game 4.
JJ Redick is on if he's considering benching starting center Jackson Hayes. We'll look at everything, but we still believe in Jackson. He's not even played double-digit minutes in this series, so if he's not giving you anything, I don't know why you want to go ahead and continue to have him out there. Redick did note that Luka Doncic has been vomiting all day leading up to the game. So again, it is an excuse. Whether you want to say we're making excuses, it is an excuse. But again, they didn't get it done down the stretch. But there was that deal with the whistle. There was a fan that was blowing a whistle, and they did, I believe, kick him out at the end. But he had already blown a whistle several times that that had Luka Doncic, Jordan Goodwin, and other Lakers players, stopping their play because they thought it was a whistle from the refs. They kind of let that go in Minnesota, which kind of was a big distraction, especially that if you remember that drive that Luka just stopped because he thought he heard the whistle. That obviously, the league has to address that better. The refs have to address that instantly the first time that happens, and they didn't. They let that go on several occasions, as was being noted by Jordan Goodwin in the post game comments. So uh, all this, leads to say that again, whatever factors were against the Lakers for 3/4 of this game, they were still tied with 4 minutes left. But this is something that goes back all season long, John. But even before Luka and after Luka, down the stretch, poor execution costs the Lakers each and every time.
Yeah. I mean, hey man, I feel like this the story of the game was exactly what I was saying earlier. Gave up too many points in the paint, gave up second chance points, and most of all, it was the turnovers, man. It was literally the definition of crunch time. His last 5 minutes of a basketball game was tied. I mean, LeBron had got us tied after those two back-to-back threes, 104, 104, 4 minutes left. How are we going to make this happen? But the Lakers just continue to turn the ball over. And again, nobody's making an excuse here, but we just didn't get it done. We just didn't get it done. From the Luka Doncic of being sick to our other role players not stepping up. To honestly, I know we shot 42% from the 3-point line as a team, but
Let me just say
I
this.
think
Let
we
me just
missed a
say
lot
this.
of open shots.
Well, let me just say, because Lakers in five says Rui back to poop in the playoffs. Offensively, I'm not going to argue with you, Lakers in five, but defensively, he was playing as good a defense as anyone out there for the Lakers in all 3 games. I think you need to give him a little bit of credit on that. That Rui, who's not the noted defender by any stretch from anyone out here, has not. The only time he's noted as a defender was against Jokic, against in the playoffs for at least the first 2 games. He has played very hard on the defensive end, and I think he should deserve some credit for that because he's played at times he's played at sometimes Nas Reed, he's played off on McDaniels. He has been able to play effective defense for the most part on some of these guys, so at least he should get some credit for that on the defensive end. Offensively, I will agree with you all day. Lakers in five, he's not getting it done. But John, I don't want to sit here and bash all these players that he's poop, when at least if you guys are looking at both sides of the ball, if they're giving us a positive outcome on one end of the ball, they're still playing. It's a situation. Maybe he's playing so hard on defense, John, just like Austin Reeves before in that Denver series. Maybe he's playing so hard on defense, it's affecting his game on the offensive end.
Yeah, that happens a lot. I mean, the higher level of basketball you get, playing very good defense is extremely draining and is extremely tiring, which is why, it's impressive when you have players that will guard the other team's best player and then be the best player on the other end as well.
Oh,
But
the truth is here. There you go.
I speak the truth, my brother.
He said, okay, so if the Lakers win on game 4, that will probably not, they will probably not have to go ahead and make any vacations plans. Just like you need to start talking to your accountant about the $100 that you owe John Costa.
You
So,
still owe me. I speak the truth. And you come on
yes.
here. I speak the truth. DM me on Instagram. I speak the truth. Lakers_corner. Because you owe me the $100 on that bet. We got to stand on it.
And we're going to remind you every single time that you're on here. Or if I see you on Joe's channel, or if I see you on John's channel, I'm going to remind you every single time until you pay him. Because if it's the other way around, you'd be all over him.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway,
exactly.
Do you take a check? No. Okay.
As long as it
he
won't
would
bounce.
take that check. He would take the check and he would go to the court and bounce that sucker like a basketball. No.
Joe, you're hilarious.
Is Venmo still available? I heard it they changed that at all. I don't know. Is Venmo still a thing?
Hey, shit. If my Venmo's still working, you want to send Venmos my way? I'll
Okay.
take the 100.
Okay. All right. Worst comes to PayPal. There's some ways you can get the money to him. You can.
Hold
You
on. Let me see what Nick T said. Nick T, because he had a funny comment earlier about. He said, "Why is your son still up?" That was funny. But so you wait. No, hold on. I want to see what he said.
Xbox says, yeah, Xbox is so funny. Xbox is here, but he's not here. If you know what I'm saying, he's got some distractions out there in
No,
Surfer's
he's at the
Paradise
beach.
in Australia.
He at the beach.
He says, "Sir, it's called Surfer's Paradise for a reason," and we'll just leave it at that. I speak the truth,
Uh,
double or nothing on the $100. No, don't.
no double
Take
on
it
that.
from one who lives in a city where gambling is all. Take the money and run. That's all I'll say.
They said no, John. No, John. Lakers need to make AE a scorer because he won't get his teammates involved. Minnesota are more dangerous when Edwards is playmaking instead of scoring while on the offensive end. But you got to understand that when you get scoring, you force more doubles, you force more box and ones, more traps, and when you get doubled, what does that do? Somebody is naturally open when someone's playing a boxing one on you. I mean, the baseline is almost open the entire time if you get someone cutting backdoor baseline. So I would disagree. And no, Lakers in 5. I think you have low IQ, brother, because again, everything I said, brother, it just comes from watching the game, comes from looking at the numbers. Again, you guys swear Jaden McDaniels is like the next 3-point shooting god. When again, I told you guys like he's not gonna do that, and he didn't do that. And again, 3-point shooting. Talking about that. Remember, you guys were like dying over his 3-point shooting ability after game 1. I told you to come down to earth. So no. But Nick T, I feel it though. My thing is we just need to think about the gravity that he's gonna get when he gets a couple going. Like, man, you see two makes go through the hoop as a basketball player, especially at home. You feeling like you could walk on water. So you guys
Oh,
confidently. Oh no, go ahead. I was just gonna see Riddell's question here.
okay, well, while you set that up, once again, it is the Lakers fast break. It is John Costa from Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner. It is Gerald Glassford. Thanks again for watching, listening. Lakers unfortunately fall down in the series 2-1 after 116-104 loss in Minnesota. Game 4 is on Sunday, and again, if the Lakers win, the home court advantage once again becomes the Lakers' way. So again, I'm not panicking yet. We're going to see what happens. It is a Sunday afternoon game, and those are not always the best games for the Lakers, but it is a quick
That is true.
turnaround. And the Lakers haven't done well with rest, John. So I don't want to hear about how they're tired or whatnot, because again, with rest, the Lakers haven't done well. Maybe they need to get back on the court right away, and they'll be doing so with only 1 day rest when they come back Sunday afternoon, John.
Maybe they need to have that hard practice, Gerald. Remember, JJ Redick was talking about we had a really hard practice. And Riddell, to answer your question, I am, to be honest. I'm still going to stand on my original prediction. To be honest with you, of Lakers winning the series. I'm not going to flip flop, to be real with you. But I mean, yeah, yeah. There's no but on that. That's just to answer your question. I still am going to take the Lakers in the series. Yeah, I can't do double or nothing. I speak the truth. Sorry about that, brother.
But I'll tell you what, John. Again, if the Lakers again focus, if Luka feels better, if they get any kind of production from the bench, I think again you can find themselves coming back home with a split, and that's what they need. This series was either picked by us as going 6 or 7. I don't think anybody was picking that this series was going to go away in real quick fashion. I think again, if the Lakers can go ahead and send a message in Game 4, they'll come back to the friendly confines of the crypt. Yes, the 2 days off are now gone, but you know what? The Lakers again, they should be able to go ahead, send a statement in Game 4. They were tied up leading up into that last 4 minutes. Just got to go ahead and execute better, cut down on the 16 turnovers. There are some things that are fixable, some things they can get right, and they can come back here in less than 2 days and come out with a victory and head home tied going to LA.
Yes. Xbox. He said, Gerald, Could you ask John about LeBron laughing with Edwards and
That
then
was
helping him up?
that was terrible.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah.
But real quick,
Well,
let
Mark, you were there with me. We were commenting on that. It's 2 minutes left. They're laughing it up during what was a review or something? I think it was during a review or something.
review timeout or something like that.
Yeah, they were laughing it up. Conley, Edwards, and LeBron, and you know what? If Joe was there, with all respect to Tom Tibbs and his son that's there with him, if you would have heard Joe, if he would have been on there, Joe would have been cursing up a storm during that because it's the playoffs. What are you doing? I understand you might be good friends with Edwards off the court, but this is all about the money. This is all about what you're here for. You do not need to be laughing it up with your opponent, with your enemy, with during the game when it's a crucial part of the game that you still could win, John. They still had a chance to win that game.
Absolutely.
And you see LeBron laughing it up with Edwards. I thought that was really disappointing of your GOAT.
Yeah, no, that was before the 13-1 run, so we were still very much in this game. And it was really disappointing. This is honestly something I talked about as well on my playback. And it's funny because this Lakers in 5 guy, I already know what kind of casual this guy is like, because it's funny how he comments like, "This is your GOAT," like with the smiley face or whatever he put, or not a
I just called him your GOAT right there.
No, but I know basketball, Joe. I know this guy doesn't, because this is the type of people to where it's like, that is a bad move, 100%, right? 100%. But some people will literally sit there and be like, "That's the reason he's not the greatest player of all time." Like, that's the reason. Even they'll just put aside the scoring, the rebound, the true shooting percentage, the field goal percentage. They'll do everything and just say that right there is the sole reason he's not my GOAT. That was a very weak moment from LeBron James. But to base your entire argument of why he is or isn't the greatest basketball player, we're not talking about the greatest mindset. No, we're talking about the greatest player to pick up that Spalding basketball, that Wilson basketball, the elevation basketball. We're talking about that. We're not talking about the player to have the most dogged out mindset.
We're not blaming. No, Sharon, you're not understanding the context of this. We're not blaming LeBron. We're criticizing what LeBron was doing because it gives the impression that he's not taking this seriously. I come from an era in the 80s, in the 90s, where they would go, just the players there, Boston, LA, they would not be, Magic and Bird would not be laughing it up 2 minutes left in a game during a timeout. They would not be laughing it up. They would be at each other's face. They would be at each other's throat. There would be smack talk, a lot of smack talk. If they were smack talking back to each other, that's fine, John. That's just part of the game. But they didn't look like they were smack talking. They didn't look like they just looked like they were having a friendly conversation. And with 2 minutes left to go in a crucial and pivotal playoff game, you don't want to see one of your best players do that. It's not blaming, Sharon. It's critiquing. It's the image that it shows to the public, and it's the image that shows to the rest of your teammates that maybe you're not taking everything 100% seriously, John.
Yeah. And all I'm saying is, on that is just like, definitely a bad look. Not great on LeBron James. Sharon does have a point though, because like, you can laugh with somebody and then still get in between these lines and say, "I'm gonna fucking kill you." But I think that you could, like, it just isn't a good look, right? Because if
Jordan wouldn't be doing that. Jordan would not be doing that. Let's go back to the GOAT. Jordan would not have done that.
That's fine. But I mean, but
unless he was talking smack, unless he was
Kevin
laughing
Garnett
and talking
wouldn't have done
smack.
that though. But here's the
Draymond Green. Draymond Green.
Exactly. He wouldn't have done that, and we're not going to say he's the greatest player of all time.
Well,
so that's why
maybe him and LeBron, maybe.
Yes, but look what I'm trying to say here, real quick, Gerald. What I'm trying to say is, people that sit there and say, "Wow, this is why he's not the GOAT." That's a casual right there, because you're taking something about a mindset and talking about basketball. Basketball is the game, stats, numbers, and that all points to LeBron. But
Sharon, Sharon, he had an outstanding game, 38 points. Nobody's taking away that from him. absolutely hit those 3 shots in a row. But are you also going to go ahead and say, you know what? That turnover where he just dropped the ball and just fell out of his hands, dribble, 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 and totally killed the Lakers' momentum at that period of time. Are you going to make sure that you talk to him about that too? You talk about him in that context too. We're talking about the seriousness of playoff basketball and what that means and the intensity you need to maintain throughout the course of a 48-minute game. You don't want to go ahead and that's just not a good look, Sharon. I don't care what, if you want to go ahead and say that's fine, you want to just these players to be all just enjoying themselves and not taking anything seriously and just having a fun, good time. When for us, it's all serious. For us, it's all real. For us, it's for what we put the time and effort into it. Then I think there's a disconnect that you have out there that I think you need to understand. You're
That's crazy,
reading this
Gerald. I gotta
wrong.
hop in here
You're
real quick
reading
though, Gerald.
this totally wrong. Go ahead, my
Gerald,
friend.
I gotta hop in here, bro. I'm tired of you guys like the dumbasses like Abraham, the dumbasses like Laker Doom. Like, guys, you guys literally have selective hearing. I have so many times over and over and over and over again. That's how I know you guys either have a mental issue or just choose not to listen because over and over and over, I have got on LeBron when he needs to be getting on. I just right now told you that's not a good move. That is a weak move. That's not a move you shouldn't have done. But that does not take away from the scoring, the rebounding, the assists, the true shooting percentage, the field goal percentage, the playoff wins. Like that just takes away from none of that. Okay. And what you got, let me finish with Joe. What you guys need to understand is that there is a difference. There is a difference between having a killer mindset and then us talking about that, and then us talking about what you've done as a basketball player and in between those lines. There is a difference. So you damn casuals out there like Abraham and Lakers Doomer, no, it's not that I'm backing up LeBron. It's not that I'm defending LeBron. I started this post game by getting on LeBron James. Every game that he needs to be getting on, go back and watch game 1. Go back and watch game 1. Go back and watch how much I got on LeBron James. It's on YouTube. It's all out there on the internet. You'll see it. You'll see it. I defend LeBron James when he needs to be defended, when casuals like you come out of left field, and when LeBron James needs to be ridiculed, needs to be criticized, needs to be gotten on, I did it as well. So Lakers Doomer, absolutely not. I admit when LeBron James is wrong a lot of the times. And no ego, no, I don't, bro. I have many times. I literally just have a conversation with Nick T. You can scroll up here in the chat. We both said, hey, bro, you know basketball. I know basketball. But here's what I think. If you disagree with me, that's fine. That's just what I think. And again, everything that I think comes from numbers. It comes from film. So if you tell me you believe something, you better have a way to back it up. Because everything I tell you I believe, we could go ahead and look on Basketball Reference. We can go watch the game. We can go back to it on the internet. So if you have a belief, that's totally cool. I'm not saying just because I'm right, I'm just because I believe something, I'm right. But I have all the numbers to back it up. Y'all say shit and just type it and then forget you even typed it.
I will say this: had a fantastic 3/4 of a game. Have a fantastic, LeBron did 38 points. You cannot argue with that. Played excellent help defense. He did what he needed to do for 3/4 of the game. But when it comes down the stretch, LeBron, as Joe has indicated, and you gotta go ahead and give the man his due. When he says down the stretch, LeBron, there are times where it just frustrates you. A man with so many unique gifts does not get it done for you down the stretch. It wasn't just him. It was obviously Luka as well. You know what? He's out there. Yes, he's sick. He's ill with the stomach flu, but you know what? He's out there. He's got to go ahead and produce. Austin Reeves in the clutch. He's got to go ahead and produce. These guys, instead of going ahead, when you're in the bonus for over 5 minutes left in the game, you have to go ahead and take advantage of it. And they didn't. And whether they know it themselves or it's their coach's job to remind them of it, it just chucking up threes, taking long shots when you're so close to going ahead and taking control of the game, you have to go ahead and understand everything that's going on. And the Lakers, they lost whatever composure that they had in that final 4-minute stretch. And that was it. And, again, LeBron James, fantastic 3 quarters for a game. He kept us in the game. He kept us. He gave us a chance to win. If that's what you want to hear, that's what it was. But the problem is, again, when it came down the stretch, Luka, LeBron, Austin, the Lakers did not get it done. They got outscored 13-1 from what John was saying. That's not getting it done down the stretch. And that's on LeBron. It's on Austin. It's on the Lakers. It's on JJ. They didn't get it done. But this all gets wiped away with the win in game 4. So I'm not panicking yet. I'm not panicking because, again, all they had to do was split to get back the home court advantage. If they win in game 4, all will be right again.
What? Let me see who said it. No, Abraham, I have not. You guys were actually the one calling me names. And again, when I have an opinion, it all comes back from stats, baby boy. So if you don't like my opinion, then you don't like the stats. You don't like the numbers. You don't like what could be proven. But also, you over here talking to Joe. You probably don't even know me and Joe are tight. It's my motherfucking dog. you guys just seen one debate that we had, and you guys are a soft ass whatever you are, and then so you guys are like, oh man, they're probably not friends. LeBron and Joe are my dog. they both are.
But Lakers in 5, don't count the Lakers out yet. Yes, I understand the winner of game 3 wins the majority, but again, it's not insurmountable. If the Lakers game 4,
no ego.
The home court advantage swings back to the Lakers.
I can't do that. No ego. I can't do that. I watch every fucking game, so I don't want you to talk about there's eye test. No, you're right. There's an eye test, but guess what? Everything has to be proved and backed up by numbers. You know how I come up with a take of watching basketball? I watch a game. A take will come to my mind because of me watching. I'll go and further prove it by looking at the numbers, not only of that game, but this past season, their career, and all that. So no. You learn the game by absolutely eye test, but you have to look at the facts and analytics, because Jay-Z once said, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. So, I think it's good to come up with the, take with the eye test, but you have to back it up with the numbers. And that's all I'm saying. Not that numbers are more better.
Well, I was just going to say, DFS after post game said he didn't think Luka Doncic was going to be able to play in the second half after seeing how pale and off he seemed at halftime. He was continuing the vomiting, I'm assuming. He credited Doncic for still making plays to help LA while dealing with the stomach bug, but it wasn't enough. Again, Luka did not speak to reporters after the game because I'm assuming he's getting IV or some type of post-game treatment for his stomach bug. But again, with all that stuff, said John, they didn't get it done down the stretch. This is something that has happened before where the Lakers don't execute properly down the stretch. When you want to put it on the coach, when you put it on the team, it may be, for me, it's a mixture of both. They got all the momentum taken away from them. And once it started to go downhill, it went downhill very quickly, John. And that's how these games certainly go. But I understand Lakers in 5, and I'm not going to argue with you again. For someone with a channel that has so many great subscribers, you have thousands of subscribers. Please go ahead and subscribe to Lakers in 5.
Is this my dog DJ from Lakers in 5?
I'm assuming if it's the Lakers in 5,
okay, that's my dog.
So yeah, so if that's the case, again, I understand 70% of teams win, and game 3 win the series. But if the Lakers turn it back around, they've got home court advantage. If they win game 4, they have home court advantage where they have been very good all season long. And I think that's got to bring some hope to the Lakers if they do it in game 4.
Yes, it is. Let me see here.
John, John, let me give you some stats. Steph Curry has 25,000 points. So does DeRozan. So does DeMar and Steph on this. Okay. This is going to
here's hold on. Now here's the selective listening. Here's the selective listening because what did I just say? What are the 3 things that I take into account? Gerald, let's see if you listen. What did I say are the 3 things that I take into account? I said are the eye tests, and then it's the numbers and analytics. So again, here's no ego. showing that, just proving my point further, that they choose to have selective hearing and they hear the parts that they want to hear. Again, guys, when I'm looking at a basketball player, or when I come up with a take, starts with the eye test from watching, goes to the stats, and then you got to go even deeper to like advanced stats like analytics. Because again, guys, the eye test can tell you a lot, but the numbers can just prove it. That's it. Just prove it. So no ego. You gotta stop with the selective listening, brother. That's all I that's all I ask. That's my only thing I ask for you guys.
That's so funny because does that mean Lakers survives? So is Jokic the GOAT? Jokic is probably the best player of this
Jokic
decade.
is the best player of this decade. Absolutely. Jokic is absolutely the best player of this decade. But now let's look at Jokic's entire career and the totality of his career and everything that he did. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys, you casuals out there, you guys, like, you say something and then don't even like think of the next step. Like, come on, guys. Yes, Jokic is absolutely the best player of this decade. Come on,
Xbox
y'all.
is so funny. Xbox, you were killing. Xbox is so funny because you should have seen him.
Oh my God. No, Joe, what the fuck? That's no ego. I absolutely did. I want you to, as a matter of fact, you probably on YouTube can just go back. And I told you, what are the 3 things that I look at when I look at a basketball player? Eye test, just regular stats, right? And then analytics. So, you know what I'm saying? Advanced stats. Let me see what everybody else said here. I'd take a prime Kawhi over LeBron. Wow. LeBron's record is on video.
Again, John's been on the record. He is saying it's his GOAT. So Sharon, he quite agrees with. But again, Luka, Austin did not get it done down the stretch. Nobody can say differently. Not me, not John, not Joe, not Xbox, not anybody out there in the chat. We cannot say differently. The Lakers did not get it done when they had the opportunity to win the game down the stretch, and they've got to fix that, or it will be a short series for the Lakers, for the Wolves. If they don't get it done, then you know what? A lot of reevaluating has to take place.
I just saw Xbox's comment about Joe dominating the women down under. That's hilarious.
Better not tell his wife that.
Yeah, Kawhi was he was on this shit the other day. Let me see what happened. Let me see what's said here in the chat. Man, Abraham, bro, it's crazy because you're cool with my dog, Mark. Mark is my dog, but man, you act like a troll. Aaron, so, yes, they did have better 3-point percentage. If I'm not mistaken, we had a better field goal percentage. We had a better true shooting percentage, and this is all coming into the series. We had a better.
We shot better from the 3 today than they did.
Did we?
Tell you
there we go. Now I'm just because
42.5%. I just have 42.5%. A problem for the Lakers though is 13 to 20 at the line. That's obviously when you're shooting only 65%. That's not good. But again, the turnovers I think are the key, guys. And when you're getting outscored 28 to 13 with points off of turnovers, as John will put in his 3-minute report here coming up soon, because we're almost wrapping it up here. That's the killer right there for me. It's the mistakes that the Lakers made that are preventable. I think that's what kills some of these teams like Golden State. I mentioned Golden State earlier, John. What kills Golden State more times than not, as far as them getting upset or them losing, is the turnovers. And I think Legend 350 will tell you first and foremost on that. These turnovers are a killer when the other team executes on the other end, and you're giving the other team extra touches at the basketball you didn't have to. And you know that's in a nutshell. The game was won and lost right there, but in a nutshell, on the 28 to 13 on points off turnovers.
Hey, Abraham, bro, you ain't been here, bro. You ain't been here, bro. I've been here for a year plus. You ain't been here, bro. It ain't no overreach. You come in on the show. I've been on the last 20, 30 plus shows and ain't seen you. So all I'm telling you, Abraham, is just chill out here, brother. Xbox is trying to tell you, just Just chill out and enjoy the show, bro. Just chill out and enjoy the show. Or you can come join.
Again,
Or you can come join. If you really
I
feel that
understand.
bull, come join.
I,
And
yes.
again, Abraham, I have called LeBron out on everything that he needs to be called out on. Just again, listen to me and Xbox. Just chill out, enjoy the show. And if you really feel like you want to get to leaping, come join the show.
I'll just say again to Sharon, and we'll close it out with this. So once again, the Lakers do lose 116-104. They're down 2-1 in the series. Game 4 is on Sunday afternoon. We'll have it for you here at playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. I understand Sharon is willing to say it's, and we've disagreed as far as certain things off the court, as far as what looks good and what is presentable, what's not. For me, it's about optics a lot of times. And the optics say when one of my best players is laughing it up in 2 minutes to go in a playoff game, I kind of have the thought in the back of my mind, how serious is he taking it? And I'm sure it's LeBron. He's been here before many times over. You don't want to go ahead and argue with him, but still, the optics to me just are not good. The level of competitiveness has to stay in the playoffs at an extremely high level. And I just, after, you can't say it's because of that, because they were already on their way as far as there was still a chance for the Lakers to go ahead and come back. But yeah, the optics for me as a longtime fan who has seen the most competitive players in the sports history, it kind of irks me. It will always irk me, Sharon. And if it doesn't irk you, that's fine. But it irks me that in the middle of a very key playoff game, you have one of your star players laughing it off. And I'm sure Luka would have been there. He would have laughed it off too. I'm sure if Austin would have been there, he would have laughed it off too. It's the mentality of life in the NBA 2025. I have to get it, whether I like it or not. It's just something, John, the optics to me as a longtime fan, it's just really hard for me to take in and accept at any level.
Gerald, we're about to expose a liar right now because you and I know the truth. Gerald, I want you to look at this fucking lie right here, because that's how I know Abraham has not been around, because I literally called LeBron James out game 1. But let's not let me do the talking. Gerald, have I or have I not, in my existence here of being in Lakers Fast Break for a year plus, have you or have you not heard me call LeBron James out when he needs to be called out? Just answer the question, Joe.
You have, despite the fact that you call him your GOAT, and again, he's one of the greatest players of all time for me. Yeah,
have I called him out or not? Exactly.
Abraham has been here from time to time over the years, but
pipe down, bro.
John,
like respectfully,
John has called him. He's called out LeBron.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. And Joe, if you're in the chat, Joe, come out and
what, Abraham, check it. Wait, no, hold on. Abraham, if you really want to see that, go ahead and check out the Chicago Bulls game when the Lakers are at Chicago and LeBron played the absolute worst 3 minutes I have ever seen him play in my life. Or was it 2 minutes? Anyways, 2 or 3 minutes. We all called him out, and that included John.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that's my biggest problem. Is like, I'm cool with people disagreeing with me, but Abraham, don't be an idiot. Like, don't say something that I have done. I've done multiple times. I literally did a couple of days ago on game 1. I did multiple times throughout the season. So don't come on here and lying and talking out of your ass when you don't have any of the right information. If you don't like LeBron, that's totally fine. If you don't think he's the GOAT, that's totally fine. But don't come on here lying on me and lying on my name when Gerald, Joe, Mark, everybody, SB, everybody, Stone, everybody could back me up. And you can pull up the film too, and you can see that I have criticized and called LeBron James out. So don't come on here with your lying BS.
And no, Joker, I got nothing but love for you, my friend. And I'm thankful that you've gotten off of Vando Mountain. But LeBron does need to be called out when Austin, Luka, the whole team, and the coaching staff didn't get it done down the stretch. You cannot give him a pass. You cannot give Austin, no matter how well he did for the 41 minutes before the game. It is how did they finish up? Because that's going to leave a lasting impression. That's going to leave the lasting impression. Austin Luka, the entire team didn't get it done down the stretch. JJ, the entire team. So they all need to be called out, no joker. Nobody gets a pass when you go on when the other team goes on a 13-1 run with 4 minutes left in the game. Nobody should get a pass. Nobody, no joker. With all due respect, and I got the highest respect for you, my friend.
Yes, no joker.
Nobody should get a pass when you give up 13-1 run with 4 minutes left. It doesn't matter how well he did.
Abraham, if you don't want to take it from me, bro, take it from your own homie. Take it from Xbox. Xbox know what he's talking about, bro. All I ask is if you're going to come on here trying to get at me, you better come with the right information, because 99% of the shit you've been saying on today's stream has been wrong information. But
okay, no joker. Hold on, I talked no joker off the Vando ledge, but I can't get him off this ledge. That's fine, no joker. One ledge at a time. But again, the whole team deserves credit for staying in there, even when you don't have Luka playing at a high level because of whatever illness he had. It was clear and obviously effective, but still, they were in the chance to win the game. 4 minutes left, and just didn't get it done. They didn't get it done because they didn't execute down the stretch, and that's on all of the team, including LeBron, including Austin, including Luka, including Rui, including JJ, the whole team. They didn't get it done. When you have a failure in that part of the game, when it counts the most, it's got to be on the whole team, and the whole team didn't get it done, and that includes LeBron. No joke.
Absolutely.
But I've talked you off of the Vandal ledge, so I'm happy. I've conquered one mountain.
I'm not giving Abraham any more attention because he just contradicted himself. He said, "You never blame LeBron," and then in the next sentence, after he gets called out and embarrassed by me, Gerald, Mark, and everyone in here telling you I am consistent, I have called LeBron James out. Now he wants to try to walk it back and say, "Oh, you blame LeBron one sentence." Nah, shut up, Abraham. Come on, bro. Don't come on here with some false information, bro.
I did credit Luka. If you didn't hear at the beginning of the show, I did credit Luka getting it out with the stomach flu. Again, we have seen players like, of course, the famous Jordan stomach flu game against Utah. You know what? Luka did get it out by him being out there. I know there were several times where Aussie, myself, we were all thinking and saying maybe he shouldn't be out there, but he tried to get it out there and try to do the best he can, because the Lakers don't really have any options if he goes to the bench. And if you guys say Dalton putting a rookie out there in this crucial of a situation, that's almost unfair to him. I know you guys want to go ahead and see him get minutes. I'd like to see him get minutes, but that's not the type of context that you really want to put him under with Luka out. Luka tried to get it out. I'll give him credit for that, but obviously it affected him. So Sharon, if you're trying to pinpoint what we're saying and not saying and not listening to the whole conversation too, come on, Sharon, you're better than that. You're better than that. But don't try to pinpoint our analysis from something we say now to something we might have said and did say earlier in the broadcast. I did give Luka credit. For getting out there, but he didn't get it done down the stretch. LeBron, Austin, you guys, we got 13-1 run with 4 minutes left, and when we're tied, you guys got to go ahead and say it. There's a reason why that is. The Lakers on both ends of the floor did not get it done down the stretch when it mattered. It's just that simple. It's okay. You guys can say that the Lakers made mistakes and didn't get it done. Game 4 is coming up on Sunday, and if they win, it turns all right. Anything that happened today is irrelevant because the Lakers will go back. It's a new series, best of 3. It's just that simple, John.
Absolutely. But no ego is funny. He said Luka was drunk, but yeah, no, I mean that's all I really had to speak on that. I mean, now Game 4 is an absolute must win. I had a splitting Minnesota, but I preferably was hoping we could win Game 3. So now Game 4 isn't that much of a backs up against the wall must win, but shit, we're here now. We're here now. So now we gotta get this absolute must win game here in Game 4. Appreciate everyone that's been here, even the Abrahams of the world, even the people who tell you false information and they swear by it. But I appreciate you, Abraham. Appreciate you being here, brother, because if you're part of the LFB fam for a long time, then I have to somewhat take you in, right? But anywhom, yes, appreciate you guys all being here. Gerald, can I give a quick plug to
Of
everything I got
course,
going on?
because we're going to close that out after it. Yeah, go
Okay,
ahead, give
I
that
just wanted to
plug.
make sure I didn't want to ruin the flow of the show here, but
No, man, cheap plug away, man.
yes, if you guys do want to check out all of my content that I have going on, please do. It's called Lakers Corner on YouTube. I drop shorts where I do like 3-minute game recaps, and then on the videos tab you could see I do a little bit more of a detailed game recap, get into the highlights and all that. And then please do check out my TikTok. Recently hit 7K followers on there. That is Lakers Corner 24. Instagram is Lakers_corner. And appreciate everybody being here, man. Great Lakers content. Going to keep coming out. The chat has been dope, regardless of whether we agree or disagree. We all Lakers fans here, so appreciate you guys being here. And Gerald,
And
as
even if you're
always,
not,
the
I
best.
mean, because Blake was with us on our channel, but he was, he was excited. His team was winning again, but he wasn't throwing any hate at us. He was just trying to be a fan. If you're a fan of the other team, as long as you're not being disruptive or abusive, if you're just cheering on your team, you're more than welcome to be here. It's just that simple. We want to have people share their opinions, whether we agree or disagree. We just want you to go ahead and be respectful. We're not banning anyone here today because of what they said or what they disagreed. It's again, if we can agree to disagree, but we try to tell you the truth as we see it. We're not trying to sugarcoat it. We're not like those other shows that goes ahead and sugarcoats things. I'll just say again, if the Lakers win game 4, then all the stuff gets away and it's a new series. It's a best of 3 series and we'll go from there. So, well,
Absolutely.
all right.
Absolutely.
Xbox.
I love Xbox and SB. Honestly, Xbox and SB need like a reality show. Those two are hilarious.
You missed it, John, because you were on your channel in the warm up. Because I've been playing the playoff games. I've just been leaving them running out there for anybody to go
thank
ahead
you
and
for
catch
that.
on.
I'm watching all of them, so thank you.
You missed it. SB. I don't think you heard it either. Xbox. He was driving through traffic. I don't know what part of Australia, but it must be like a very LA, Southern California freeway type centric because he was cursing up a storm. It was hilarious. He's FF, you ever FF. And it's, my God, he's driving through. He's like, it's like Russell Crowe in that movie a couple years ago where he goes on the road rage as far as, after people and all that. I was really worried about Barry, being on the news for something like he mowed down 30 people with his truck or something. So
no,
I'll tell you what,
Barry's
yes.
Last time we were, I forgot. I think we were on a playback or we were on something, and then we just heard him just honking the horn, be like, "Oh, you fucking shit!"
Exactly. And he's cursing up a store. He's like a hero, like turning on, he's honking. Yeah, it was just hilarious. But his team, Indiana, lost tonight. Any thoughts on that game? It's now 2-1 Indiana. Game 4 is in Milwaukee, and then Boston losing by 2 to Orlando. Is this the only game Orlando's going to get as that series goes to game 4 in Orlando?
I do think that is the only game that Orlando's going to get. Unfortunately, they just don't have the scoring to keep up with Boston. And then SB, man, your Pacers have been doing it. Honestly, you guys just own the Bucks. I'm gonna be honest. Like I knew the Bucks would at least get one, but the Pacers, they just have the last couple of years have just been grabbing the Bucks by their cojones and owning them boys. So, but yeah, I mean, shit. We'll see, but yeah, to answer your question, I do think Orlando is gonna get gentlemen swept here.
Well, there you have it. Once again, the Lakers do lose 116-104. Don't hit the panic button yet, everyone. If the Lakers lose on Sunday,
then hit the panic button.
Yeah, hit the panic button. We'll hit the panic button with you, and you can troll all you want. You can say all things you want because it'll be deserved. But if the Lakers win on Sunday, and they take it back to home with a best of 3 series with 2 of the games in Los Angeles, let's keep a better perspective. And that's all I'll say. Again, I have every confidence the Lakers will go ahead on Sunday and win. And if they don't, then I'll just say it right here. You know what? The Lakers didn't get it done. And they all, whether it's LeBron, Luca, whether it's Austin, whatever the issues, Rob in the front office, JJ in the coaching, they just didn't get it done. But we'll see. It comes down to Sunday. So hold out till Sunday to see what happens there. But John, great to have you here again. He has his own playback channel too. So if you can't get the VIPs on my channel, hop on over to John's channel right there at the Lakers Corner. He'll give you some as well.
Yes, I got
Also,
like
yes.
20, like I got like 20 to give out, and I only have like 7 people on there, man. So if you guys want to get some VIPs, please do come to my channel. I'll drop you guys VIPs. Just join and we're good.
No Joker says the Lakers will lose by 30 on Sunday. Okay.
Oh goddamn, no Joker. That's crazy. I was seeing Abraham's comment. Abraham, I appreciate the love, Abraham. There we go, Abraham. I love ending the night on a good note. That's how you how you do it, man.
Abraham, again, John, because I know you're like here in and out. You're gone for stretches of time, and then you come back a little bit, and you get a taste, and you come back. I'm just glad you come back. I'm very welcome and appreciative to come back, even if it's to razz John or me a little bit. We just we're trying to do the best we can, and trying to do what we can to help the Lakers get through what they're getting through and help you guys get through what you get through right now with the Lakers. But again, we'll see. Game 4 hopefully will be a better tune. Don't forget my show, the Pop Culture Cosmos Show. If you're into pop culture, check out the Pop Culture Cosmos wherever you get your podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. It's right there for you. And then also as well, last but not least, the guys from Lakerholics.com. It's still good as of now. I don't know. Laker Tom was pissed off last week and didn't want to come on the air, but after he had committed to it. But you know what? So far, the Lakerholics are still doing a show tomorrow at 1. So go ahead and send the trolls after them at 1 p.m. And send them their way. And then tease Jamie Sweet a little bit on Bando. I'll leave it at that. But yes, is it playback.tv/Lakers Corner? There you go. Absolutely.
Yes, exactly. Yes, I tried to drop it right there in the chat. He said, I always catch up with you guys. Much respect, John Gerald. Hope you have a nice weekend. Absolutely, Abraham. Hope
I
you have
am.
a nice
You know what?
weekend.
Again, the Lakers, as much as I love them, as you see, I rearranged the wall a little bit. I added some things there, rearranged around there.
The Luca jersey, that's the one I really see right there.
There's two. Hold on. I got to move my head here. I got to move my head here. It's right there. The black one behind me as well.
Hey.
The black one there. Yeah, that was over there as well. So, again, we love the Lakers. But there's still, and you guys, I know you guys love the Lakers too, or you love basketball. Make sure you just take time out this weekend to enjoy things with the family as well. I know the playoffs are going on, and there's a lot of stuff in the world. I know that a lot of things are going on that's making it harder for us as individuals. Just go ahead and just take some time to enjoy your family this weekend. That's all I ask. So,
Gerald, you're the best, man. You're the best as always. Everybody in the chat, make sure you guys show love to Gerald, please.
I'll find out. Because I got it from a viewer. No Joker. He gave me both of them. They are not legit viewers. Because remember, if I showed you the other day when I was put them on, it says one says City of Angels, and then the other one says something Los. It's not. They're not legit on the front. Let's just say they're not legit jerseys. But I still love them. I still appreciate them. I thought it was a very kind gesture. And I will, if I do, I will get you a link on that. But they're not the authentics from the NBA store or whatnot. But that I plan to get one day, is I'll get legit. Because the Bryants, the Kobe Bryants you see right there, are legit. The O'Neal's legit. The Dennis Rodman is legit. And I had the Glassford one right there that was made from the NBA store as well. So yeah, those are all that. So don't need legit, just love the color scheme. Okay, I'll let you know, No Checker. I'll find out for you. But yeah, share it again. Blessed weekend for you and everyone out there. John, blessed weekend for you and the family. Go ahead and spend some time with the daughter and spend some time with the missus. And absolutely, Sam, wishing you a great birthday. Please, hopefully, be a win for you for Sunday. That's correct. Raphael, he was not on the show tonight or not in the chat, but he's on watching the Dodgers. Big shout out to him because it was his birthday. So I want to go ahead and, as one of our big supporters, Raphael 562, want to wish him a happy birthday as well. And next week, I will also have a show dedicated to the NFL draft with the Inside Sports Fantasy Football guys. So just want to give you a heads
Gerald,
up.
what's
Vari
going
turns
on
40 on Sunday. Wow. Didn't know that.
Gerald, I'm Xbox hilarious. But Gerald, what's going on? I don't keep much up with football, but what's going on with that Deion Sanders kid? He's not getting drafted or whatnot?
I think part of it's the bad vibes. Like the Cam Whitmore, how he fell in the draft, and Dalton maybe not the best interviews, whatnot. I think the kid has talent. I think the kid has talent. Whether or not people think that it can translate to the next level, I think people are these teams are showing now that he's not, that they don't think it will. But then again, Brock Purdy was the last pick in the draft in the 7th round, and he just signed a mega million contract because he's playing so well for San Francisco nearby you. So just because you're drafted in the 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th round does not mean you can't be an excellent player in the NFL. So Sanders should use that as motivation. Use what is happening in the draft now as motivation to make yourself a better player and to prove everybody wrong. I mean, Purdy did it. Sanders can do it too, because I think he can play in the league, but that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Hey, I hope. I hope this guy has a good career still, because
his teammate, the wide receiver that he threw to, was also a quarterback. Yeah, the Travis Hunter guy. He goes second in the draft. That's so crazy. There obviously was something that they liked about Deion's coaching with these players. It's just, again, for whatever reason, they just don't think his skills are going to translate well in the NFL, which, again, I may or may not agree with. But we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Again, who knows? It's all a crapshoot, anyways. In the draft, we do it every year at the NBA draft.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Well, hope the best for that kid.
Abraham, thank you, Abraham, and thank you also as well to No Joker for the super chat. Truly appreciate it, Abraham. Truly appreciate as well for the $10. Is that SAR? Is that Saudi Arabian?
Oh wow, you're in Saudi Arabia, Abraham? Really?
I'm guessing what SAR money is. I don't know. It's money meeting. Yeah, it's a Saudi Riyal. Yes, I got it right.
Wow,
yes.
That's crazy.
Abraham, thank you again. Thank you. That's from Saudi, Sports Baby, Saudi. And I heard you're turning 40 on Sunday, Sports Baby. So yeah, there you go. Sam's having a birthday. Raphael just had a birthday, and Sports Baby is having a birthday. There you go. All right. Well, thank you so much for the Saudi. I want to get the Riyals, the Saudi Riyals. There you go. I very much feel blessed, and thank you, John, for being here as always. Any last thoughts, my friend, before we head on out?
No last thoughts. Gerald, you are the GOAT. You're the Podfather. Appreciate you as always for all the hard work you put in here for Lakers Fast Break. The platform you allow me to come on here and talk hoops with you on. Please, everybody that's in here, please do go subscribe to my page. Check out my page. And besides that, I mean, hey, Sunday is a must-win game. I'll tell you what. I already told my girl I'm going to the earliest Sunday church service so that I can be out by 12:30, ready to go for this game, because this is a big game. So I'll see you boys on Sunday.
I'll probably just go at 5. I'll just probably see if I can go at 5, and see how it goes from there, and go later on after getting up early on Sunday mornings.
It's a tough one.
I get up early. You've seen my chats. You've seen my text to you at 7 o'clock in the morning. I get up early in the morning almost every morning. I sleep in every now and then. But
yeah. No, hey, Gerald, do your thing, brother.
All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. But again, it is the Lakers, unfortunately, losing down 2-1 after a very disappointing 116-104 loss. They didn't close it out. Again, truly appreciate all you being here. Please like and subscribe with John's channels. Like and subscribe to mine. It really helps us out. Lakers in 5 was here earlier. He's got thousands and thousands of supporters and subscribers. Congratulations to him. We would like to be at his level on the number of subscribers, and only you can make that happen. And if you do, it is truly appreciated by John Costa at Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner, and also me as well. from the Pop Culture Cosmos, and of course, right here, the Lakers Fast Break Podcast. Don't forget, Lakerholics, I think tomorrow at 1 p.m. See you then. Go Lakers.